The sun is going down on this Veterans Day, and you notice little cloud cover out there in northern Utah. Our A-plus Garage Nelson Peak camera shows that. Also illustrates that haze. Inversion conditions have been building since high pressure took over this weekend. When that happens, we trap that cold air on the valley floor. High pressure moves in and forms that warmer layer that traps air near the surface. On top of that, we trap pollutants, and unfortunately, our air quality declines. Haze can turn into smog over these long stretches. We have thicker haze out there in portions of northern Utah. We showed you the areas where we had moderate air quality this hour. That inversion layer climbing to about the benches around 5,000 to 5,500 feet, but we do have some relief in sight. Tomorrow, though, moderate air becomes more widespread along the Wasatch Front into Cache Valley, Box Elder, and Tooele counties. This should be our last day. We're going to start to take the edge off that inversion with the winds into Thursday. Cleaner air expected in northeastern Utah. Yes, winds of change, bringing in a storm as we look at our Black Desert sky cam. That is such a pretty shot. Increasing cloud cover tonight, and as we roll into Wednesday, you're going to see a lot more cloud cover with our southwesterly flow taking over. Temperatures in the 50s right now and dropping in northern Utah, 50s and 60s on the eastern side of the state, upper 60s in St. George. The remainder of your Veterans Day allows for partly cloudy skies, and along the Wasatch Front, our 50s will turn into 40s by ABC4 News at 10, upper 40s expected, but dry skies overnight. That begins to change as we get towards the close of the work week. Yes, there's storm potential. Friday, we start to see some scattered wet weather moving in, and the chance of storms hangs around the Wasatch Front. Let me show you why. We are likely going to see that storm system split. We talked about this yesterday. High pressure sliding to the east. As it does, winds really start to crank on Thursday. Warmer temperatures expected and gusty winds, especially on the western side of the state. This is our splitting storm system. It will send a cutoff low to the desert southwest. It also brings in cooler air and the chance of showers. This is not going to be that cold, widespread storm we initially thought it would. It has changed, and the split will change things. But we do get a more progressive pattern as we roll into the beginning of next week, and so that means our ridge of high pressure will hold until Friday, but eventually break down. St. George also sees that wet weather. We're bringing rain to the desert, and the chance holds on with that cutoff low in the desert southwest, keeping us a bit unsettled. You'll see that on the 7-day. That's what I think is going to happen here. Increasing cloud cover into tomorrow. Winds by Thursday will be kicking. You'll see clouds, and then eventually wet weather arrives on Friday. Early morning hours into Cache Valley and along the Wasatch Front. We see that moisture make it down to southern Utah by the afternoon, and then slide to the east. A few showers hold on. There's that cutoff low, keeping things a bit unsettled, which is why I keep the chance of a shower in the 7-day down south. 60s for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. Low 70s in St. George, 60s on the eastern side of the state. 70s turn to 60s with rain showers on Friday and isolated activity into Saturday. We keep that threat in southern Utah with temperatures falling into the 50s through next Tuesday. A little more moisture potential in the south than we see in the north. A spike in temperatures on Thursday with those southwesterly winds. Scattered showers Friday, drying out for your weekend as temperatures drop into the 50s. Looking cooler Monday and Tuesday with isolated potential. We're keeping our eye on that storm, and we'll keep you forewarned. Sports is right after this.